Hello, everyone. Thank you all for being here today. Today, we are addressing a very important issue, a public safety issue, a workforce issue, a privacy issue, and an issue of thousands of families across the state are dealing with. Today, the Driving Pay Forward Coalition is here commemorating the 10 years since the very first action for a driver's license for all. Today, youth across the state will be coming and sharing their testimony in support of HB 769, the expansion of non-real ID driver's licenses. First up, I would like to introduce Jalissa, the Mobilization and Tactics Coordinator of MILPA, and our coordinator of the Driving Pay Forward Coalition.
Thank you everyone for being here. My name is Jalissa and I'm pleased to be here with you all. I'm not standing before you here today just as Jalissa or a coordinator of MILPA and the Driving PA Forward Coalition, but as a living testament to the resilience and perseverance of our immigrant community. Before we begin, I want to take a moment to thank all of the representatives and senators who are here with us today and who have been supportive of this effort, and especially our primes, Representative Burgos and Representative Joseph Hohenstein, along with Senator Carney. And thank you to all of the other representatives and senators who have been meeting with us and have been supportive of this issue. Now to begin, I want to thank everyone again for being here. We are today commemorating what happened almost a decade ago. 10 years ago, I stood right outside of those very steps of the Capitol as an 11-year-old girl. I represented my family and my community, urging our state legislators to expand the access to driver's license for all. Today, I stand here again, not in celebration, but in continued struggle in commemoration of an unwavering determination. We are commemorating our beginning and the progress we have made by continuing to advocate for our superheroes. Our families who are risking their safety by accessing some of their most basic needs. Our routine traffic stop can become the separation of our families. In the last 10 years, Pennsylvanians have come together across every county in this Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. We demand this change that will make our roads safer, will support our state and local economies, will keep our families together. We have done the work of educating our local communities. We have supported this state through a pandemic, and yet still so many families do not have access to some of the most basic needs due to the lack of access to mobilities. While our families continue to be demonized by politicians, the young people in our movement stand together here with a clear message about our families and demand action. Our parents, our grandparents, and so many immigrant youth are here today as superheroes who risk their livelihoods and safety every day to take care of their families and to take care of Pennsylvania. Please take a moment to look around today. We are not outsiders. We are not any less. These kids behind me are also our future. Those watching and here today, our families have some of the same struggles. We are all Pennsylvania. Our more than 924,000 immigrant brothers and sisters make up 7% of our state's population and 9% of our workforce. We contribute $3.3 billion annually in state and local taxes. We are your neighbors, your coworkers, your friends. We are the heartbeat of this great state, along with all of you here today. Yet for a decade, our cries have fallen on deaf ears. Our legislature's inaction speaks volumes about their disregard for the 1 in 7 Pennsylvania children who live with at least one immigrant parent. Their silent echoes through the lives of approximately 160,000 undocumented immigrants who live in fear every time they need to drive to work, to school, or to the doctor. We are not asking for special treatment. We are demanding our right to contribute fully to the state we call home. Driver's license is not a luxury. They are a necessity in our society. They mean the difference between a parent attending their child's soccer game and missing it, between accessing prescriptions or health necessities and suffering in silence, between building a life and living in constant fear. House Bill 769 is not just about driver's license. It's about safety, economy, and privacy. It's about making our roads safer by ensuring every driver is licensed, insured, and know the rules of the road. It's about boosting our economy, potentially generating millions in revenue. It's about protecting the privacy of all Pennsylvanians. Today, we stand united. Immigrants, undocumented or those with legal status, allies of all races, young and old, a true reflection of Pennsylvania's diversity. We are here to stay. No more waiting. No more excuses. The time for driver's license is now. What do we want? When do we want it? Now. What do we want? When do we want it?
Thank you, Julissa, for continuing to advocate for families all across the state. Your contribution to the coalition has been more than invaluable. Next up, we have Samantha, who has also grown as part of this movement. Sam is 12 years old, and this is her second time speaking on the direct impact not having a driver's license on her family. Samantha was 9 years old when she gave her testimony in 2022, and here she is today to urge our legislators not to let any more time pass.
Good afternoon. My name is Samantha Salgado Chavez. I'm 12 years old and with New Sanctuary Movement. I'm here today because I don't want to fear that my family and other people's family can be taken away just for not having a driver's license. My dad is a superhero for always working hard to take care of our family, and it makes me feel sick to think that he can get pulled over again and get taken away this time. Not having a driver's license makes it difficult to get basic needs like medicine, going to school, or work. As a young superhero, I want people to hear me, and I want to encourage other young superheroes to join us in this battle so the people in charge know how important this is to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Samantha. We are very excited to have you contributing to Speak Out. Now I want to bring out Dulce onto the podium. Dulce is 17 years old, a senior in high school, and here she is fighting for our people and for what's right. Round of applause for Dulce.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dulce, and I'm a current member of CASA. Today, I would like to share my superhero story and why I believe everyone in Pennsylvania should be able to have access to getting their driver's license. My parents were always my superheroes. Growing up, my parents always worked hard for my siblings and I. They worked hard to make things happen for us. It would be a struggle for us at times, though, because my parents are immigrants. My siblings and I would always fear of our parents being taken away from us, leaving us alone. I've always had relatives being taken away from their family. It was a devastating event for everyone around us. As time passed by with new people leading this country, it was an awakening for my parents. It was time for them to make a change in their life, being their own superheroes. First step was getting their license, and it was a lot harder than predicted. I believe that giving driver's license for everyone could make Pennsylvania a better, safer, and homier place for families. Making this change would mean that superheroes would be able to reconnect with their family, drive to work, take their future superheroes to school, and take away the fear of every immigrant being taken away from their family. As a current superhero, I would like for older and younger superheroes to use their strong voice to fight for driver's licenses for all. Bringing us together means we are strong as one, and we can make a better future for our families. Does not matter where they come from, we can take the fear away from every immigrant family. So let us superheroes unite and stand as one. Legislators, do your job. You may think of our families every 4 years, but we think of our families every single day. So let's take a stand and fight for what's right. We need a change now, and for that I say, driver's licenses for everyone. ¡Sí se puede!
I want to thank all of our sponsors, our speakers here today. But next, I would like to share my own experiences with joining the cause. But firstly, let me introduce myself. My name is Wayne, and I'm a member of UDI Center. I live in Montgomery County with my two parents from Jamaica, which, like many others, came here for better opportunities, a life full of dreams and prosperity and livelihood. I truly feel ecstatic when I'm able to see so many people of all ages fight for something they truly believe in, a common goal that acts as our invisible thread being woven into each and every one of us, into a united community. At first, I never really understood the magnitude of the current situation. I believed that people who refused to drive themselves were deciding that willingly. But as I mature and hear stories of my friends and their families, I start to see the crisis in a new light. So I made this an obligation for myself to fight for something that would change the lives of so many. It goes without saying that the fight we're fighting is a dignified fight that needs the correct moral action to be taken by our legislators. If we wait any longer to act on this crisis, our inaction will set a precedent for any future causes that interferes with the liberty of the very people who make up PA. There are countless families who have given up everything to have a new start, yet dread driving to the supermarket because of the lack of a basic human right. But this movement shows our tenacity, our passion towards passing this bill, the minds of so many like-minded people coming together fighting for what's right. So we are asking you, PA legislator, to grant the families who have given their lives and who have contributed so much to PA a chance at a truly new beginning. Next, I would like to introduce Felipe. He is an incoming freshman at Temple University. He was born and raised in South Philadelphia. Felipe has been a Juntos member for 3 years and has served leadership roles as an ambassador and junior organizer. Through his time at Juntos, he has learned to embrace his voice and who he is.
My name is Felipe Mejia Cuba, and I am a child of immigrants born and raised in South Philadelphia. And our community has been resilient ever since we established our roots there. I'm here today because this movement holds a special place in my heart, my family, and community. My community has worked tirelessly to protect us. We are here asking for the ability to move without fear. We have faced incredible obstacles and adversity, and yet we have never wavered in a commitment to building a better and safer Pennsylvania for us all. I am asking our legislators to grant driver's license for us, for all now. Growing up, I had a big fear whenever my dad got behind the wheel. I thought that if he got pulled over, the police would take him and I would never see him again. I feared this so much, even if it wasn't my dad driving, my uncle, my aunt. I was always scared deep down. This left a big scar on me that never left. No matter how long the drive was, I was always worried about my dad being taken. Obtaining a driver's license was a huge achievement, but also an obstacle for me. When I first wanted to drive, my family thought I was crazy. To them, it was such an abstract thought that I eagerly wanted my license. It was peer pressure that made me want to get it, but little did I know it was much harder for me than my peers made it seem. To my peers, it was easier. Having two parents who are both licensed drivers, they had no worries, but for me, I was dealing with the complete opposite. I had no one to guide me through all the paperwork. Once I was finished all the paperwork, I thought it was going to be easier, but the hardest part was driving. My dad was not able to be in the car with me. He was not eligible because he doesn't have his license. No one else in my family was eligible either. No aunt, no uncle, or cousin. I had to go to friends to have them let me drive their cars, so the fear of getting pulled over and my dad being taken would leave. Many of my community struggle like I do because it is difficult to get in touch with someone who has a license, who is willing to teach you. If it wasn't for my friend who let me borrow their car, I wouldn't have my license today. Their struggle was like no other. My family and community not being able to have their licenses had an impact on me. I know I'm not the only young person with this story. As a proud child of immigrants, as a proud child of immigrant parents, and youth leader in my community, I'm here to demand in their name licenses for all now.
We appreciate your commitment to this fight, Felipe, and thank you for sharing the direct impact this issue has on you. Many think this is a testament, many think this is only an issue for those that are undocumented. But this is a testament demonstrating how mixed families and citizen children are impacted. Next, we have Liliana, a young member of Casa San Jose in Allegheny County.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Liliana Garcia. I am 15 years old, a sophomore in high school. Both my parents are Mexican immigrants, and we lived in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for 10 years. If my parents were able to get driver licenses here, I wouldn't have to worry about them getting stopped by police after they dropped me off at school. I would also feel more comfortable knowing they made it to work safely. My parents and all immigrants should be able to get driver's licenses because it would make our lives safer and easier, from grocery shopping to taking us to doctor's appointments to taking road trips in the summer. It would make the road safer for everybody. My parents are my superheroes because they have risked so much of their lives to give my siblings and I a better life. All I want is for them to be treated equally. If we want Pennsylvania to be a more welcoming state, we need our legislators to start supporting immigrants and our demands. I was only 5 when the driver's license bill was introduced, and we are still here fighting over 10 years later. It's time for legislators to listen to us because we are not going anywhere. By passing the driver's license bill, HB 69, we can make our communities stronger and safer. Thank you.
Thank you, Liliana. These have been very powerful testaments highlighting the difficult reality of not having access to a driver's license. Lastly, I want to bring back up Jalissa, who is here again a decade later, demanding the same basic needs for her family and families all across Pennsylvania.
Thank you, everyone. As we come to a close of this very powerful gathering, I want each of you to look in the eyes of the person next to you. What do you see? Do you see Pennsylvania? Do you see a fellow human being? Now I want you to look at the kids behind me as well. Do you see strength? Do you see resilience? Do you see the future? I know I do. And we cannot keep having these kids come back another 10 years from now demanding the same basic right to mobility. Today, we've heard the voices of our young kids and who their superheroes are to them. How their guardians, day in and day out, take care of them and risk themselves and their family by not having access to a driver's license. Their stories are not just personal accounts. It is the clearest example of a system that continues to marginalize and ignore a vital part of our community. Let me remind you of some facts. 38% of Pennsylvania's population, almost 5 million people, are poor or low income. Many of them are immigrant, who despite their contributions are denied their access to a driver's license. This isn't just an immigration issue, it's a Pennsylvania issue. House Bill 769 offers a solution that benefits all Pennsylvanians. It will make our roads safer by ensuring every driver is licensed and insured. It will boost our economy, potentially generating up to $4.14 million in the first year alone from licensing fees. And in the first 3 years, it is estimated to receive an estimated $13 million back in revenue to the state. It will also protect the privacy of all drivers with crucial safeguards to our personal information. And to our legislators, I would like for you to keep this in mind. Your inaction is not just a political failure, it's a moral one. It is not just ignoring and continuously disregarding a very essential part of the state, but you are also continuously allowing for our families to be in danger of losing each other. Every day you delay is another day another family lives in fear. Another day a child worries if their parents will come home. Another day our communities are denied full participation in this Commonwealth. But to every one of you here today, I say, do not lose hope. Our struggle is just, our cause is righteous, and our victory is inevitable. We've been fighting for a decade, and if necessary, we'll fight for another, but we will win. Remember, 19 other states have already expanded the access to a driver's license to all of their residents. They've improved public safety, stronger economies, and more united communities. Pennsylvania cannot afford to be left behind. As we leave here today, let's carry with us the determination. Let's make sure that our needs become our rights and our cries are no longer ignored. We are Pennsylvania, and we will not rest until driver's licenses are accessible to all. I'm going to ask that everyone repeat after me. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win.
Thank you everyone for being here today and supporting all of our superheroes. For the Driving PA Forward Coalition, we ask you that you stay here for a group picture on the steps. We will then go back for our home base for lunch. Thank you.
Thank you.